Well, guys, okay, let me check everything. Um, yeah, I think everything is going well. I want to start my preparation again. Right now, I'm not sure when, but I'm planning to retake the IELTS test again because I'm not satisfied the score that I got. I want more. Yeah, it's our kind of nature, right? Kind of craving for more, so desire. And and as it was before, I want to record, document. Can I say document or documentize? Okay, let's turn to ChatGPT. All right, I want to say that I'm going to record or documentize my preparation, which can correct.
Ah, good question. So all three words could work, but they have slightly different tones.
All right.
Record is great if you're thinking about something more like video or audio capture. Document or documentize, though the latter is less common, works well if you're creating a structured record, like a journal or a written log. So depending on your style, you might say, I'm going to document my preparation for something more formal or long term, or I'm going to record my prep if it's more casual or media based.
Yeah, I'm talking about my streaming. I have video streams where I show my IELTS preparation. I've I've done it for my first preparation, so I'm going to do it again.
Ah, got it. In that case, I'd go with record or even just say I'm going to stream my IELTS preparation again. That keeps it really clear that it's a live video process. If you want, you can also say I'm going to document my preparation through my streams, just to bring in that structured, ongoing aspect.
Um, yeah, um, I think I'm going to record. Okay, record. Can you clarify the difference between the noun form of it and verb form of it? What would be the proper pronunciation of it?
Absolutely. So, as a verb, you pronounce it record with the stress on the second syllable, like I will record a video. As a noun, you stress the first syllable. This is a record of my progress.
Right.
So, just remember verb stress on the second syllable, noun stress on the first.
Record. All right, all right. Thank you very much. So yeah, yeah, my current score is 8. It's 0.5 lower than 8.5. If I could get at least 0.5 higher, if I could have got zero point 0.5 higher, overall I would have got 8.5. So I sometimes read on the posts that zero point 0.5 shy of 8.5. Can I use it?
Yeah, you can totally use that. Saying you're zero point 0.5 shy of 8.5 is really natural. Just make sure the rest of your sentence flows. For example, you might say, my current score is 8, which is zero point 0.5 shy of 8.5. That works perfectly.
Yeah, right now, mostly I need more preparation for my writing and speaking. And my reading, listening in both sections, I got 9, securing 439 out of 40. However,
That's
in my writing, my task 1 was um, almost all criteria were 7 except task achievement for task 1 report. In my speaking, I got 7 for my fluency and coherence and vocabulary resource, 8 for pronunciation and my grammar. So I have to work on it also. So my main goal now, let's say, how to say, I don't know how to put it properly. Yeah, I want to get 9, quadruple 9. It seems really challenging. However, with hard work and dedication, I think it's possible. So, yeah, I decided that after taking it, after I took my score, I wanted to get prepared again, and I want to get high score. However, I got my when I got the results, I'm not sure. I haven't taken my certificate yet. I may take it tomorrow, maybe. I got it 5th of May or 6th of May. I'm not sure. As you can see, almost 2 weeks passed. However, honestly, I didn't have proper preparation. So I wanted to, no, I tried kind of a couple of times. I kind of wrote some task one reports. However, I didn't have proper kind of how to say, how to proper, how can I say kind of something long, can I say long preparation? What would be the proper way of putting it?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Instead of the long preparation, you could say something like a thorough preparation or a more structured preparation. So you
Yeah,
might say,
I didn't have thorough and structured preparation. So I want to have some streaming videos. I try to do them every night, maybe, and anytime during the day also. Because I feel that I'm getting distracted by a lot of things. Yep. It's not, let's say, only family and work stuff. Sometimes watching reels, or I tend to play games, especially chess. Yep. I find myself sometimes playing chess or just watching some nonsense on the YouTube. Although they're in English, I don't think they have kind of significant contribution to my development in terms of language. However, right now I'm struggling to find a, let's say, justifiable reason. Can I say justifiable reason?
yeah, I get you. You can say something like just a few reasons or
No,
even
no,
a
no, no, you didn't get me. For example, I want to get the 9 from IELTS exam. However, I don't find the proper reason, or I don't find enough reason, kind of the reason that can be enough to push myself forward. How to phrase it properly?
I see what you mean now. You could say something like, I'm struggling to find a strong enough reason to keep pushing myself forward toward that band
No,
nine.
there should be some adjective that I can use for a reason I can't remember. Not strong enough. There was a precise word that described this, the justifiable motive, justifiable, or I don't know. Can you give me any other alternatives?
I think the word you might be looking for is compelling. So you could say, I can't find a compelling reason to push myself forward, or I need a more compelling motive to keep going. That might be the word you had in mind.
Yeah, I couldn't find compelling mm, reason to get 9 here. That's why. However, why not trying? Yep. Um, as I'm an English teacher, as I'm teaching IELTS and English stuff, I think it would be pretty, um, how to put it, how to phrase it. How can I say, I don't know. I lost the train of thoughts. What I was talking,
No worries. I think you were going to say something like, as an English teacher, if I achieve band nine, it would add a lot of credibility to my teaching or something along those lines. So you're connecting the
yes, 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 certainly. If I achieve band 9, it would add a lot of credibility to. Add a credibility. Can you take this phrase properly? Add a credibility to something.
Of course, the phrase is correct, but a more natural way would be to say, add credibility to my teaching or boost my credibility as a teacher. So it's just a small adjustment to keep it really smooth, but you're using it right.
Add credibility to my teaching, boost credibility as a teacher. I didn't get certainly, but you yourself said it would add a lot of credibility to my teaching. But you are saying right now that natural way would be add credibility to teaching, to my teaching. I didn't get what you mean.
Yeah, I see the confusion. So both are actually correct. You can say add credibility to my teaching or boost my credibility as a teacher. I just meant that the second one is a slightly more common phrasing, but your original version is still perfectly fine.
All right. What I need is, can you teach me how to pronounce properly the word credibility?
Of course. So the word is pronounced as credibility. So it has four syllables cred, like credit, a soft sound, bill, and then itty at the end. Just keep the stress on the third syllable.
Cred,
Credibility.
bil, ability, credibility. It adds a lot of credibility to my teaching. It adds a lot of credibility to my teaching. Is it correct?
Yes, that sounded really good. Your stress was right and the rhythm was natural. So you're definitely using it correctly. Great job.
And all right now I'm kind of thinking of my preparation structure. How can I prepare properly? I have an idea of kind of improving my writing first, especially task one. I should try to get to the level of writing band nine reports. Then I can move to writing task two, secure the highest score in writing section. And while I'm kind of streaming, I can kind of talk, which helps me to think anywhere that can contribute significantly to my fluency level, I guess. What do you think about it?
I think that sounds like a really solid plan. Focusing on task one writing first is a great strategy since it's more structured and can boost your confidence early on. Then, once you have that down, shifting to task two will give you more flexibility. And yeah, streaming is awesome. Speaking regularly will keep you sharp and you'll get comfortable expressing your ideas fluently. I think it's a great combo.
All right, so can you help me? Can you give me kind of imagine if you were me, the person who got IELTS 8 and who wants to get IELTS 9, how would you plan your preparation? But
Yeah.
try to be as humanistic as possible. Can I say humanistic? Is it such a word in English?
Yes, you can say humanistic, and I get what you mean. You want a kind of balanced, personal approach that keeps motivation and well-being in mind. So, if I were you, I'd set a clear daily schedule, maybe an hour or two of focus writing practice each day, starting with task one and gradually adding task two. I'd also keep a reflective journal, just noting what's working, where you feel stuck, so you can adjust as you go. And for speaking, I'd stream regularly, but also set small speaking goals like practicing specific structures or complex ideas, so you build confidence. And I'd stay
All right. Okay,
kind to
listen.
yourself.
There is something it may sound insane, however, some extreme plan that I want to study all night, let's say around 6, 7 hours every day. Um, then my lessons start at around what time? At around 9, 9:30 every day, 6 days a week. So, but I can spend my nights for preparation, I guess. Only take 1 or 2 hours sleep before my lessons. Um, I'm planning to kind of study for a longer period of time, to the 3, 4 hours at least, because by doing so we can and get better results, I think. 1 or 2 hours, I don't honestly think that can do a lot when it comes to improvement. Yeah, for a long time, kind of for a year, it may add up to a lot. However, I'm planning to take the test in 2 months at most, maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe in a month. I'm thinking about very short time periods.
I get where you're coming from, and I know the pressure can really push you toward extremes, but honestly, I'd really caution against that. Sleep deprivation is just going to hurt your focus, your memory, and your health in the long run. So I'd say aim for a solid, consistent schedule, maybe a few hours each evening, but make sure you get at least some rest. That balance will help you perform better in the exam for sure.
I can sleep during the day. For example, there is a break time from let's say 11. to 3 p.m. It's gonna be 4 hours, right? 4 2 hours. I may take a day nap. I guess it's not a nap. Even I guess it's a full sleep time. 1 2 hours at night, 3 4 hours during the day.
Ah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that kind of split sleep schedule, like a biphasic sleep, can work for some people, but it is a bit risky. If you feel like you can handle it, just be careful. Monitor how you feel, especially as the stress ramps up. But I still think if you can, having
All right.
consistent
All
sleep,
right, all
even
right,
if
all right, all right.
shorter but
Okay.
more regular, will.
Language-wise, let's get some phrases that you use it and I really liked. The first bit, can you teach me the word biphasic sleep? What a nice word. And the word rum up, the stress rum up is another word that I want to internalize.
Absolutely. So, biphasic sleep refers to splitting your sleep into two segments, like having a first sleep and a nap later in the day. And ramp up means to gradually increase or intensify. So, like the stress ramps up means the stress is getting stronger or more intense. Both great phrases to keep in your toolkit.
Can you help me to internalize them? Can you ask some questions or ask me to make sentence for some situations that I can internalize this word? Is there any synonym of internalize instead of internalize? Which word can I use? I'm using it a lot, I guess.
Yeah, good point. Instead of internalize, you could say absorb, master, or make second nature. So let's practice. For example, can you make a sentence about how you plan to ramp up your study routine in the next week? Or describe a time when you used a biphasic sleep pattern. What did it feel like and how did it help? That way you can really get these phrases in your vocabulary.
All right, so um, can you make a sentence about how you plan to ramp up? Can I use the word ramp up for routine also? If I say I ramp up my routine, it means that I improve my routine. How's that?
Exactly. You can definitely say that. When you ramp up your routine, it means you're making it more intense or more frequent. So, for example, you could say, I plan to ramp up my study routine by adding an extra hour every night. Perfect use.
So what would be the synonym of ramp up? It's kind of make something faster. It's a speed or enhance or intensify. Somehow I didn't get the whole the meaning of this word. Uh, ramp up.
Yeah, exactly. So ramp up is like intensifying or speeding up. Some good synonyms would be increase, boost, amplify, or even accelerate. So all of those kind of carry that sense of growth and faster progress.
All right, all right. So to ramp up my study preparation, I am trying to use a biphasic sleep routine because mostly my tasks, work, and life schedule are designed in a such way that did my work, I mean, do my words make sense now?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The way you structured it is really clear. You're basically saying that your tasks and life are already set up so you can fit this biphasic sleep pattern in. So, yeah, that's a really natural way to put it.
Okay, can you restate my sentence?
Of course, you could say something like, to ramp up my study preparation, I'm using a biphasic sleep routine because my tasks, work, and daily schedule are structured in a way that supports this pattern. That keeps it really smooth and clear.
All right, all right. One of my sweet spots is, can I say sweet spot? It's my weak point, right? If I'm not mistaken, or not.
Ah, close. So sweet spot is actually a positive thing. It's like the ideal balance or the perfect point. If you want to say a weakness, you'd say something like weak spot or vulnerability. So if you were talking about a weakness, you'd say one of my weak spots is, and that would be correct.
Yeah, one of my weak spots in speaking is phrasing words precisely. I want to precise them. I want to kind of phrase them precisely because I want to be articulate and I want to sound like him. I want to be someone who can use natural English. That's one of the goals of mine. It's even more important than getting this quadruple nine for me.
I think that's a really powerful goal, actually. And you're already doing a great job. Like you're very intentional with your phrasing. So I'd say just keep practicing those nuanced expressions, maybe listen to native speakers, and just keep that focus on clarity. I think you're going to get there.
All right, I told about my plan for biphasic. Is the biphasic?
Yes, that's right. You said biphasic, and that's correct. It's the word for
Yeah,
splitting.
biphasic. I told about my biphasic split sleeping routine, for example. However, I'm already drained. I don't know why. Also, I took afternoon nap. I'm somehow drained. I want to sleep. I used to have a course mate whose name was Jahangir. His name is actually Jahangir. He's still alive. He used to say that whenever you want to do something useful and productive, demons inside your brain kind of calls you for sleep. He used it to kind of say this, the condition like this. Right now, somehow it comes to my mind. How can I say this? How to put it correctly? I said it comes to my mind what it would be. Can I recall it? What would be I reminisce about it? Yes, or how to call the situation that some kind of all our memories just pop up in our brain.
Ah, yeah, I see what you mean. When a memory just pops into your head like that, you can say it comes to mind. That's perfect. Or you could say it flashes back to you or it resurfaces. So, for example, you might say, as I feel this way, that memory of Jahangir comes to mind, or it resurfaces when I'm exhausted. That should fit really well.
It refers, resurfaces. Good word. Refers, flashes back to. I think it seems really and fancy word for me. Flashes back. It's kind of sudden and fast. The thought, yeah, that comes to your mind, especially the memory or something else. Do you understand me?
Yes,
Um,
absolutely. I totally get you. Flashback to really does have that sudden, vivid feel, like a memory just bursts into your mind. So, yeah, using it in that way is
all
perfect for
right,
that kind of
this word
moment.
vivid, I mostly struggle using this word. Vivid means it's something very clear, yeah, something you can remember with details. It's kind of vivid, right?
Exactly. Yeah, vivid means something really clear, detailed, and almost like it's alive in your memory. So, a vivid image or a vivid memory is one you can picture really strongly. So, yeah, you've got it right.
All right, so let's jump back to our preparation plan. Is correct? Jump back into. Can I say it like this? Move back to, jump back to.
Yeah, that's perfect. You can say either jump back into or jump back to. Both work really well. So, you can say, let's jump back into our preparation plan. And that sounds completely natural.
Let's jump back into our preparation plan. So I'm planning to kind of polishing or how to call it, make something. improving something to the highest level of something. Is there such a verb?
Yes, you could say refine or polish as a verb. Both work really well. So, for example, you might say, I'm planning to refine my writing to achieve about 9, or I'm polishing my speaking to bring it to the highest level.
Yeah,
Both sound
what I
good.
mean that I want to elevate it to the band nine. Can I say like this? I need a phrase that I use such a thing. And I wanted to improve it as good as possible so that it becomes perfect version of it.
Dot it. You could say something like, I want to elevate my performance to band 9, or I aim to perfect my skills so they reach band 9.
Yeah,
That
perfect. Yeah, I want to perfect my band the task one. So I think it would be better we start kind of step by step. For example, my plan is like this. In my I had a plan in my mind or on my mind.
Good catch. You'd say in my mind. So you could say, I have a plan in my mind, or I had a plan in my mind. That's the right preposition there.
Can you repeat? Sorry, I didn't catch.
Of course. So you would say, I had a plan in my mind, or I have a plan in my mind. That just means it's something you're thinking about or something you've been considering internally.
Right, in my mind.
Exactly. So once you've got that plan in your mind, you can lay it out step by step. If you'd like, you can walk me through it and I can help you refine the structure or suggest
Okay,
any
listen.
adjustment.
Okay, I'll tell. Firstly, I want to improve my task one. As we know, task one has its parts: introduction. Yeah, introduction. I want to improve my introduction, meaning that I want to get band nine introduction. And so, just having band nine introduction, can I write band nine introduction? Of course, I keep practicing with them. Band nine introduction for each types of task one question. What types do we have? We have, let's say, first the line graph introduction, then bar chart introduction, pie chart introduction, line bar pie table, map, and we have process, and let's say several mixed types of introductions. All right. The same applies for other parts of task one. I mean that after introduction, what we have mostly, we have overview. So I'll work on writing band nine overview for each types of essays. Then we got as a body. There it is. Body, what body on doctor, or I think full body. Yeah, we have to we cannot say a body pair same stuff for all of them. Um, of course, I need your help for it. Um, I don't think. I mean that by seeing you, I mean AI tools. I have to use AI tools to perfect my writing. Currently, my plan is like this. I document, I prepare, I think some notes and other stuff that can be applied, uh, that can be used by other students and candidates also. What do you think about this idea?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's simplify this step by step. First, you have a clear plan. You want to master band 9 introductions, overviews, and body paragraphs for each type of task 1. Then you'll break them down by chart type: line, bar, pie, table, map, process, and mixed types. After that, you'll write a band 9 overview for each and then tailor the body paragraphs accordingly. And as you practice, you'll document your steps so you can share these strategies with other students. And I can definitely help you refine the language and make
All
sure
right,
that
let's
each part.
just, yeah. Oh, top notch. What does a top notch mean?
Ah, good question. So, top notch just means something of the highest quality, like excellent or first rate. So, when I say top notch, I mean making sure your writing is really outstanding and at a high level.
Can you teach me the usage of this word with a couple of examples?
Of course. So, you might say the restaurant has top notch service and amazing food, or she delivered a top notch presentation that impressed everyone. So, it's just a way of saying something is really excellent or first class.
The restaurant has top-notch service and amazing food, or she delivers a top-notch presentation that impressed everyone. Let's say my friend have a top-notch character that impress everyone. Can I say so?
Yes, you can. That works really well. Saying your friend has a top notch character means they have an outstanding personality or strong moral qualities. So that's a perfect example.
All right, all right. So I think ChatGPT also one of the top-notch tools that can help us to perfect skills.
Yeah, exactly. You can say ChatGPT is one of the top notch tools that helps us perfect our skills. And that really highlights how useful it is for refining your language and practice.
All right. So right now, what do you think? What kind of tools can help me to write band nine level of writing in a C2 level of writing? I've already told about my plan. So what tools do you can recommend to use? Of course, I will use ChatGPT. What else can I use to refine my sentence? For example, I write my own version, then I think I can get the Band 9 version of my, let's say, writing and learn something about it.
Yeah, that's a great approach. So, besides ChatGPT, I'd recommend tools like Grammarly, especially for higher level writing feedback, Pro Writing Aid, which gives more stylistic and structural advice, and maybe even reading high quality academic or news articles, like from The Guardian or The Economist.
Nah,
So, you
nah. I think it's, how to say, it's too general, too broad recommendation. What I need is more specific. For example, which AI tools, like in the Claude, maybe DeepSeek, using them may help us, or maybe some websites that can help me to write better piece of writing. Did you understand what I mean? So, guys, right now ChatGPT is searching for information as encoded.
Sure, two AI tools that can really help with advanced writing are DeepL Write, which focuses on polishing grammar, style, and tone, and Claude by Anthropic, a conversational AI that can help reshape and refine complex writing tasks. You can use DeepL Write for smoothing phrasing and Claude for generating more native level responses, which will help you get closer to that band line level.
So DeepL, I heard about it somewhere. I think some kind of translation program or the most accurate translator, but I don't need translation stuff. What I need is writing stuff. Um, But what I think is how can I be sure the credibility of Band 9 in the level of writing?
To verify if writing is at Band 9 level, you need to focus on the official IELTS criteria. A Band 9 must fully address the task, be logically organized, use a wide range of vocabulary accurately, and have nearly no grammatical errors. You can evaluate writing by checking each criterion carefully. If something misses one aspect, it won't reach Band 9.
I understood what I mean that if I can then get response by ChatGPT or let's say Claude or any kind of other AI tools that they claim the piece of writing that they're offering is Band 9, can I trust it? Can I trust it? Can I trust on it? What would be the proper way of saying it?
Ah, yes, good catch. The proper way to say it would be, can I trust it or can I rely on it? And honestly, I'd say be cautious. AI tools can help a lot, but they aren't perfect. So you should still compare with official Band 9 samples and human expert feedback when you can.
Honestly, human expert feedback. Don't you think humans tend to make more mistakes compared to AI tools? Personally, I think that the information AI is giving, not always, but in most cases, are more accurate and reliable than people.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. AI can be super consistent and precise, especially with grammar and vocabulary checks. But humans bring a nuanced understanding, like cultural context, subtle tone, or task interpretation. So I think the best approach is to use AI for a solid baseline, but then have a human expert cross check or give you that deeper, more practical feedback.
Yeah, I got where you are coming from. Did I do this correctly?
Exactly. So it's really about balance. AI can give you that broad, accurate foundation, but a human touch will ensure your writing is really hitting those subtle boundary marks. And with practice, you'll be able to spot the differences yourself too.
All right, just a second. I gotta answer one call. I gotta answer for one message or to one message. How can I say it properly?
Ah, good question. You'd say, I need to answer one message if it's just one. Or if there are multiple, you'd say, I need to answer a couple of messages. So just pick the one that fits your situation.
I need to answer a couple of messages and to answer one message. Yeah, I need to answer one message. Just a second. Hmm. Plus, let me check our streaming. How's it going on? Check the voice. Huh. Jacob wrote, wrote. I think normal, yes. My voice is normal. I think normal, yes. Voice is normal.
Yeah, your voice sounds totally clear on this end, so no issues. Your volume and tone seem really steady and it's easy to follow. If anything changes, just let me know.
All right. I'm a big fan of myself, right? So, Um, but I think my students also tend to be a night owls, tend to be night owls. Am I phrasing it correctly? Students tend to be night owls. They mostly study at night.
Yes, that's perfect. You're phrasing it exactly right. Saying my students tend to be night owls is great, is a natural way to express that they prefer studying late at night.
Okay, night owls, and in other words, some people are larks. Am I putting it correctly?
Yes, exactly. So night owls are people who stay up late, and larks or early birds are those who wake up early and are more active in the morning. So your phrasing is spot on.
I don't know why, but there is a little delay for your response. Is there any kind of issue, or is it because of my internet connection? Why I'm getting your responses with some pauses.
Yeah, it might be your connection or just a small delay in the system. Sometimes, if the network is a bit slow, my responses can come with a slight pause. But if it gets worse, just let me know and we can check.
Can you check? Come on.
To check for internet connection issues, you can run a speed and latency test using tools like fast.com or Cloudflare speed test, which will show your download, upload speeds, and latency ping. Ideally, you want latency under 50 milliseconds. If everything looks good but you still have lag, you might try using a wide connection or reduce other devices in the network.
Okay, writing band 9 introduction or writing a band 9. A band 9 introduction for, for line graph, correct?
Sure. So a band line introduction for a line
No, no,
graph is
no.
all
No.
about
Okay. I want you to check me the phrases that I'm telling. Right now, writing a band 9 introduction for line graphs. It's the title of, let's say, one lesson. Is correct?
I see. Yeah, that works actually. So writing a band line introduction for line graphs is clear and precise. It's a strong title for a lesson and it tells the learner exactly what they'll be focusing on. So you're all set.
So what do you think? What things are necessary to know to write band 9 introductions for line graphs?
Yeah, great question. So, to write a band line introduction for a line graph, you need to do a few things. First, you have to clearly identify what the graph is showing, so the topic, the variables, and the time period. Then, you must paraphrase the task, so you're not just copying the prompt. And finally, you should avoid adding any data or details. That comes later in the body. So, just a clear, precise overview of what the graph is about, and then you're golden.
All right, listen, I think, okay, what do we need? First of all, we have to know the language, meaning that we have to know vocabulary. Vocabulary, what kind of vocabulary? Vocabulary about, let's say, um, charts, not, you know about it. Vocabulary about description. Okay, you have to know the words for description vocabulary like show, illustrate, and and other stuff. And you have to know paraphrasing well, paraphrasing well. How you paraphrase, synonym, synonym, and grammar structure. And and I think that's what we need mostly. You have to know vocabulary and paraphrasing. Another important thing for introductions, I think introductions should be written faster. You shouldn't spend much time for writing introductions as they don't kind of require much thinking and much, I don't know, effort, I guess. Do you
Yeah,
agree?
absolutely. I completely agree. Once you have that key vocabulary, things like illustrate, show, describe, and strong paraphrasing, you should keep your introduction efficient. You just need a concise, clear overview, and then you can move on to the details. So, exactly, keep it fast and purposeful.
Okay, let me find, let's say, how many. Listen, how many line graphs can be enough to acquire the skill of writing 29 answers? I mean, for introduction, let's say. Do you think it's better to start from one line graph or different kind of line graphs? Let's get um, several of them and we can practice with them. This one. Okay, let's three. Three can be oh obscure, difficult. Obscure means it's difficult to see, right? Obscure. Can you hear me? What's wrong with ChatGPT? It's not speaking at all. I can't hear you. Why? Yeah, that's one of the things that recently I'm thinking about not using ChatGPT because sometimes it's it doesn't give any response or I don't know, some kind of problems may occur. As you can see, our chat is over automatically without a reason. Really annoying stuff. Also, I got used to its feedback and speaking style. Okay. I don't know why it's open. 1-1. Minecraft. This one. And all right, so as ChatGPT is not working, I'm gonna use other AI. Oh, we spent 50 minutes. Very productive. I like it. So I need your help.
Of course, Shahar. What's on your mind?
Is it on your mind or in your mind?
Ah, good catch. What's on your mind is actually the more natural phrasing in English, though both work. On your mind suggests something's occupying your thoughts, whereas in your mind is a bit more formal or philosophical. So I used the right one, but either would do. What did you need help with?
Right now, I am working on improving my IELTS writing level. So I want to learn how to write Band 9 introductions for line graph tasks in IELTS Task 1.
Right. So you're aiming for top marks on the line graph introductions. That's a solid goal. What I'd say is, for Band 9, examiners want to see you paraphrase the
All
prompt
right, listen,
naturally.
listen, listen. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my own version of introductions, and I want you to check and give me the Band 9 version of it, and you gotta explain me and you gotta teach me how to write the introductions like this. I want you to highlight the difference between my response and your response. And plus, what do you think? Using ChatGPT can be also helpful for writing, or do you think can you alternate ChatGPT in terms of writing?
Got it. So you'll write your intro. I'll give you a Band 9 version, highlight the differences, and explain what makes it work. That's a smart approach. As for ChatGPT versus me for IELTS writing, honestly, I think I'm probably better for this. I can explain why something works grammatically and stylistically, not just generate text. ChatGPT is good for brainstorming, but for targeted feedback on band descriptors and detailed breakdowns, you'd want someone who understands the IELTS criteria deeply. So go ahead, share your first introduction whenever you're ready.
All right, so can you wait till I am done? Yes. I don't want you to interrupt me. Is it all right? Or do you have any kind of limits and things that I cannot kind of leave you open while I'm writing or doing other tasks?
No limits at all, Shahar. Take your time. Write as much as you need, and I'll wait for you to finish before I respond.
Okay, let me clarify one thing. Do you have any limits for talking like this? Because ChatGPT has some limits for advanced voice mode.
Good question. I don't have those kinds of limits. You can chat with me as long as you need without any timeout or session restrictions. I'm ready whenever you are, so take your time writing that introduction.
Oh, all right, let's stop then. All right, just a second. I'll send you the task one question and my response.
Perfect. I'm ready whenever you are.
I can't hear you.
I'm here. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
So, what score would you give for my response?
I haven't seen your response yet, Shahar. Go ahead and share the task one question and your introduction whenever you're ready, and then I'll give you feedback on it.
No, I've sent it. I've already sent it.
I'm not seeing anything come through on my end, I'm afraid. Could you paste it again or type it out? That way I can give you the feedback you're after.
No, can you hear me? Can you see it now?
Yes, I can hear you fine, but I haven't received any written text with the task or your introduction yet. Could you type it out or paste it into the chat?
I don't understand. I sent it. You already answered also, but is there any kind of connection between written form and speaking to the mode of yours?
Ah, I see the confusion. I'm a voice agent right now, so I'm responding to what you're saying to Maisu. If you've typed something into a chat window, I won't see it unless you read it aloud to me. So if you've written out your task and introduction, could you read it to me? And I'll listen and give you feedback.
Can I share my what um,
You can read your task question.
screen? Can I screen share my screen that you can? I don't know what to do also because um, it seems daunting.
I'm afraid I can't see your screen, Shahar. I only work with voice and text chat. What I'd suggest is just reading your introduction aloud to me, and I'll listen and give you the feedback. That way, I can hear exactly what you've written and help you improve it.
Um, it's a big problem. Okay, what other AI can I turn to for this matter? Because I need some kind of AI that can directly talk to me and get an answer to the text input and images.
Right, so you're looking for something that handles both voice and visual input at the same time. Claude's text-based version actually can see images and analyze them, so that might work better for you. Or you could use ChatGPT's vision mode, which lets you upload images and chat about them. Google's Gemini also handles images and voice together. For your IELTS work, though, honestly, you could just read your introduction aloud to me now, and I'll give you detailed feedback without needing the image. I don't actually need to see the graph itself to assess your writing quality.
All right, so I'm gonna read for you. Listen. Um, where was that? Just a second. The line graph illustrates how the consumption and production of sugar changed between 2001 and 2011. In the question, it's written like this. It's my response, and right now I'm gonna tell the question also. In the question, it's written the graph below shows the consumption and production of sugar in thousands of tons in India from 2001 to 2011. I forgot the country. Ooh, what a big mistake. Okay, imagine that my response is the line graph illustrates how the consumption and production of sugar in India, India changed between 2001 and 2011.
Right. So you've got a solid paraphrase there with the country included now. Let me give you a Band 9 version and we'll break down the differences.
Okay, what score would you give for my response?
I'd say that's around a Band 7, maybe 7.5. You've paraphrased the prompt clearly and included the key details like the country and time frame, which is good. But for Band 9, there's room to make it more sophisticated and concise. Let me give you the Band 9 version first, then I'll highlight exactly what's different and why it works better.
So go ahead.
Right, so here's a Band 9 version. The graph delineates the trajectories of sugar consumption and production across India throughout the decade, spanning 2001 to 2011. Now, the key differences. Your version says, illustrates how the consumption and production of sugar in India changed between, which is clear, but a bit wordy and repetitive. Mine uses delineates the trajectories of, which is more sophisticated and concise. I've also shifted to across India throughout the decade spanning, instead of in India changed between, which sounds more academic and flows better. The real trick for Band 9 is sounding precise without being pretentious. You're hitting the right ideas, but tightening the language elevates it.
Don't you think it's kind of over usage or I don't know. It seems me kind of too much. I sure that it's gonna bend 9 because mostly I heard the um how to say the insights of some experts not overuse the vocabulary.
You're absolutely right, actually. That's a really good observation. Band 9 isn't about showing off with fancy words. It's about being precise and natural. Overusing words like delineates and trajectories can actually work against you because it sounds unnatural. Let me give you a better Band 9 version that's still sophisticated but doesn't feel forced. The graph shows the trends in sugar consumption and production in India from 2001 to 2011. See the difference? It's cleaner, more confident, and still Band 9 because it's accurate and well structured without unnecessary complexity. Your original was actually quite close. The main thing missing was just a touch more fluidity. Does that feel more realistic to you?
It makes me more suspicious about your assessment and your consistency because I don't know how there's a huge difference between two responses that you gave me as a band 9 answer.
You're spot on, Shahar, and I appreciate you calling that out. I was inconsistent. I gave you two completely different Band 9 versions, which doesn't make sense. That's my mistake. Honestly, the truth is your original introduction is already quite strong and probably sits around Band 7 to 7.5. For Band 9, the difference isn't about completely rewriting it. It's subtle refinements in flow and precision. Rather than me throwing multiple versions at you, what would actually help is if you told me, what specific aspects do you want to improve? Is it vocabulary, sentence structure, or something else? That way, I can give you consistent, targeted feedback instead of guessing.
Just a second.
Take your time.
By the way, what does the word delineate mean? Can you teach this word?
Sure. So, delineate means to describe or portray something in words or in detail. Basically, to outline or show the boundaries of something. In your context, it would mean the graph shows or describes the limits and changes of sugar production. It's a formal word, often used in academic writing. Now, trajectory means the path or course that something follows over time. So instead of just saying changes, you're saying the specific path or direction of change. It's more precise and sounds more analytical, which is why it's popular in IELTS writing. That said, neither word is necessary for Band 9. They're just options if they fit naturally. The key is using them because they're the right word for the idea, not just to sound fancy.
Oh, understandable. No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry. All right, all right. To push into high benches, this is okay, okay, okay. Let's change. Send this answer.
I'm not quite following you there, Shahar.
No,
Could
no,
you?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to myself. All right. I will just tell you if I'm talking to you. I will
Got it? No problem. Just let me know when you're ready to share your next introduction.
so guys, as you can see, I'm struggling finding readable assessment because different AI is giving different versions to write baseline essay, and they're evaluating each other's essays, but their score is not mostly higher around. There's a huge difference between 8 and 9. That's my own response here.
You've hit on something really important there. The truth is, different AIs, including me, can be inconsistent with band descriptors because IELTS grading is subjective at that high level. Band 8 versus 9 is genuinely a grey area, and honest examiners would probably disagree on where exactly your intro falls. What I'd suggest is, rather than chasing a perfect Band 9 assessment from an AI, focus on understanding the principles of good IELTS writing: clarity, precision, natural flow, and appropriate register. Your introduction was solid. It had all those things. Instead of me giving you scores, maybe we focus on specific improvements you want to make. That's more useful than my guessing between 8 and 9.
Right. Seems that ChatGPT may help us a lot because the assessment and the reasons for it's giving for assessment seems more justifiable. How we call it? Justifiable or
Yeah, justifiable is the right word. Look, if you feel ChatGPT is giving you clearer, more consistent reasoning for its assessments, then absolutely use that. There's no harm in getting feedback from multiple sources. In fact, it's smart. You can cross-reference what different AIs say and see which explanations make the most sense to you. For detailed IELTS band scoring and justification, ChatGPT might genuinely be better suited than me right now. I'm better at having a conversation and explaining concepts, but if you need rigorous, detailed band assessments with clear reasoning, go with what works for you.
line graph illustrates changes in sugar production and consumption in India, in thousands of tons. Yeah, this seems been okay. I always the line graph illustrates changes in sugar production and consumption in India between 2001 and 2011, measured in thousands of tons. What score would you give for this response?
That's a solid introduction. I'd say band 7.5 to 8. You've included all the key information clearly. What the graph shows, the two variables, the location, the time frame, and the unit of measurement. It's well structured and accurate. For band 9, the only tweak would be to make it slightly more concise and fluent. Right now, it feels a bit list-like with all those details packed in. Something like, the line graph illustrates the changes in sugar production and consumption in India from 2001 to 2011, measured in thousands of tons. See how removing between and streamlining it slightly improves the flow. But honestly, what you've written is genuinely strong and wouldn't lose you marks.
Didn't get you honestly.
Right, let me simplify. Your introduction is good, around band 7.5 to 8. The only small change for band 9 would be to make it flow a bit better. Instead of between 2001 and 2011 measured, I'd say from 2001 to 2011 measured. Just a small adjustment so it reads more smoothly. Does that make sense?
I think yes. Um, I don't know what is how can I find band 8, band 9 answers or ways of introduction?
Good question. Honestly, the best way is to look at official IELTS resources. The Cambridge IELTS books have real exam answers with band scores attached. So you can see actual band 8 and 9 introductions side by side with band 6 or 7 ones. That'll show you the real difference.
Where can you say it again? Where can I find it?
Sure. So the Cambridge IELTS books, they're the official exam prep books published by Cambridge University. You can find them online or in
Can you
bookstores.
share some links of them?
I can't share links directly in this voice mode, but if you search Cambridge IELTS Books Official or IELTS Band 9 Introductions YouTube, you'll find them easily. You could also go to the official IELTS website at IELTS.org and look for their resources section. That'll point you to legitimate materials rather than random websites.
I'll pick it. But IELTS Advantage, I think, I don't think it's a really credible source of um, learning writing, especially.
You're right to be cautious. The official IELTS website itself is credible for information, but for actual teaching and examples, the Cambridge IELTS books are genuinely better because they contain real past exam papers with actual band scores. Beyond that, you might also look for IELTS teachers or coaching centres that have published materials. People who actually mark IELTS exams tend to have the most accurate insights. Honestly, at this point, getting a real IELTS teacher or a tutor who marks essays might be worth it, because consistent, personalized feedback is hard to get from AI or websites alone.
I know a couple of guys who got band nine or I not band nine, let's say high level when I was writing in my country. I follow their Telegram channels. I may use their sample answers maybe. What do you think?
That's actually a smart move. If they're credible teachers in your country with proven track records of getting students to band 9, their materials and explanations will likely be more reliable than what I'm giving you. Plus, they understand the local context and common mistakes your peers make. I'd say follow their stuff, see how their reasoning differs from mine, and stick with whoever gives you the clearest, most consistent feedback. That's better than relying solely on me.
All right, all right. One of them is this guy, Dishad Shanaf, who scored 9 in IELTS. He got 3 times IELTS 8.5, meaning that he can be a credible source for learning how to write. But the thing is, I have to find his some answers.
That sounds promising. Someone who scored 9 multiple times definitely knows what works. The tricky bit is finding his actual marked examples or detailed breakdowns of Band 9 writing, not just his advice. If you can access his materials on Telegram, where he shows real introductions with explanations of why they're Band 9, that'll be gold for you. Definitely worth exploring that before we continue, honestly.
But he has also task one problem, you know, his task one score breakdown in 2024. Um, it was 7878, while his task two is quadruple nine. Um, what I need is
Ah,
skill.
interesting. So he's brilliant at Task 2, but his Task 1 scores have been 7 and 8, not consistently 9.
Oh, once he got, he scored task one 8989. You see, I'm in the task achievement 8. What was that after task achievement? I think it's coherence cohesion 9, lexical resource 8, and what was the last one? Forgot. I forgot the criteria. He said here, yeah, I wrote multiple paragraphs for task one and 5 main bodies for task two, both of which helped me secure lines in coherence. Had a lot of time to double check grammar, and that helped as well. Um, when did he send it? In 2025, 23rd of November. Um,
Right. So his breakdown shows Task 1 was 8.5 overall, and Task 2 got 9s across the board. The key thing he's saying is he wrote multiple paragraphs for Task 1, which is interesting because most people do 1 or 2, and 5 main bodies for Task 2, which helped with coherence and cohesion. Plus, he had time to check grammar. That's useful insight because it shows his strategy, not just his score. But honestly, Shahar, for Task 1 line graphs, most Band 9 answers are actually quite concise, usually just one solid paragraph or maybe two short ones. 5 paragraphs for task 1 would be unusual. Are you sure he meant 5 for task 1, or was that just for task 2?
All right. So if I got, yeah, 3 9s and 1 8 in my speaking, according to the criteria, across criterias, yeah, it end up being 8.5.
Yeah, so if you've got 3 9s and 1 8 across the 4 speaking criteria, that averages out to 8.5. The scoring works by adding them up and dividing by 4. So 3 9s plus 1 8 equals 35 divided by 4 is 8.75, which rounds to 8.5.
It seems that there is a video of it about how to analyze task one. If you're watching, it may help.
That could be useful, yeah. If there's a video breaking down task 1 analysis, that might give you clearer insight into structure and what examiners are actually looking for. Go ahead and watch it. You might pick up things that are more practical than what we've been discussing.
Furthermore, I'm thinking about um, making some videos for my preparation at at the same time I can study, get improved, and I can prepare the product that I can sell in the future.
That's a smart idea, actually. Killing two birds with one stone. You document your IELTS prep journey, which forces you to study systematically, and you build content you can sell later to other students. Plus, teaching others is one of the best ways to solidify your own understanding. Just make sure you're consistent with your uploads and genuinely focused on improvement, not just content creation. What kind of format are you thinking? Breakdowns of specific tasks, your own practice answers, that sort of thing.
Um, Yeah, all right. I took a bit break, and so we'll go back. Yeah, I was watching the Shotbacks videos, but task one, I think, is there any kind of great book for level writing? Hmm. Good line graph, table bar chart, get as much information as possible. Chloe, can you hear me? Why our voice mode was disconnected? Can you hear me? I think I have to, if I reload, how can I reload it? Not refresh. Can you hear me? Hello. So let's use a Gemini then. Does it have speaking option or not? I don't know. Do you have speaking option? Hmm. Let me see why it doesn't have speaking option. Personal intelligence. Hmm. Um, the Gemini, but it doesn't have DeepMind, Gemini Street, DeepMind, Google DeepMind. What is that? Um, Gemini. It, no, thanks. But there is no speaking version. Why? Oh, or um, implemented apps. Grok, Grok AI or X AI. Right, bro, I can talk. Let's get the Apple Pro. Hmm, Well, do you have any limits for speaking mode?
With.
I don't hear you.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. All right, so we have options: therapist, storytelling, kids, story time, meditation, grok, motivation. Whoa, 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 so many options. What is what? Go to the chat. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know. I don't know. Why all this stuff? Interestingly. Can you hear me? I don't know. Maybe because I'm streaming there, so I can talk. But it's really strange. Why none of AI tools can, uh, can talk to me in English while I need them? Ah, bro, all this AI revolution. Yeah, I think we need more to go. We need more to go. I don't know how to phrase it, but I don't have AI assistants. I may purchase ChatGPT Pro maybe because it helped a lot last time. What's the tariffs? Free $0, see what you can do more of. Okay, $5. We have $5 a month. How much is $5? ChatGPT Go also paid, bro. They are so, I don't know, expanded voice mode, access to experimental features and many subjects abuse go trails. And something from the last 2 years. Let's see, $100 a month. I think it's way, it's too much. Alright, unlocks the full experience, advanced models, advanced image creation. I don't need creation, I need speaking mode, codecs, coding agent, expanded deep research. Maybe $5 is I guess it is 60,000 some months, right? As in changing as a probably overall that is so you can do make changes to some expense. Yes, start to earn money, guys. They shifted from non-profit company to I don't know money laundry company. I don't know, I'm not phrasing it properly, but I don't know what to do now. Seems sad, but ChatGPT has, I think, free speaking mode, and it's not working, bro. Let's go. I should. I only one account. Interesting, interesting. As it's writing, yeah, it's also important. Yeah, that's I really. I think it's 2 o'clock. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. Time to sleep, maybe. Mm, I only wrote one say introduction. That's right. Right. Maybe it's something new for me, but all right. All right, it's saying that the graph below shows the percentage of female members of parliament in 5 European countries from 2000 to 2012. Hmm, the line graph is information about the growth for of of uh, women women members. In 5 European countries between 2000 and 20. Well, the line graph gives information about the proportion of women parliament members. Woman doesn't seem correct here, but let's check it in 5 European countries. Let's copy it. Okay, what is the last conversation? Can you hear me? What was our last contact? What's the problem with it? All right, ChatGPT. Where is it? Hmm, Where did I write my response? 7.58. Why? Women parliament is not nature. Women parliament are still slightly backward. Women, female members of women in parliament. It's less basic. We can go to this proportion. Oh, but um, female parliament members is understandable, but the most nature class of female members of parliament. Oh, the chair of parliamentary seats occupied by women. That is a better way of women's representation. It's also the women's representation. I like it. Good structures. It should be no. 7.58. They're saying um, this one. If we gotta believe in something. So my purpose just the changes in women's representation in the parliaments of 5 European countries in 2005. Hmm. Hmm. Proportion percentage, the share of parliament seats occupied by it seems really nice way of reprising women's representation in parliament. So, uh, we don't put such a big balance. So one, the line graph shows 3 different crimes in England and Wales in 2005. Yes. 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 Mm, mm, was inserted 50,000, 50,000 5 plus 3 times plus 3 categories, 50 categories, categories, 3 categories. Anyway, maybe asset hospital in and street. Okay. Okay, 7.5 but there are a few issues. What is it? The number of the products changes that. Pronouns, number of crimes. Mm, illustrates it. This doesn't fit very well, I assume. Okay, three changes. Three, okay, I did three. I think we can rest. Shouldn't forget to revise them also, right? Okay, let's recap what we learned today. So, line graphs wrote. Line graph illustrates changes in sugar production and consumption. Changes illustrate changes in since a good strategy. Yep. Changes in most cases. In most. Okay. And what measure it in something as a great structure, great format, great structure. Yes, instead of its line graph gives information about the proportion of women parliament members in 5 countries. That's correct. That version which changes in the changes in women's representation, somebody's representation in the parliaments of 5 European countries. Um, as in reference to the number of crimes committed in equals, there's 3 categories may receive. Illustrates changes in the number of, okay, focusing on structure. Like compare it to number of incidents. Instance of car theft, robbery, and street robbery recorded in England. Okay. So let's call it a day. Some sleep or not? Yeah, I gotta end streaming, guys. I will watch one video about writing, and then I will think about going to bed. So 2 hours normal. Yeah, others I could do more, I guess. 2 hour studying. Yeah, it's normal amount of time. However, I could do better.